Hi, comic book fans. Welcome to another SuddenlyComics.com video. It is a Monday night. It is the price variance. Alan has been back. He's gone back to Heritage this week. Last week he went a bit strange and did Comic Link. This week he's back at Heritage looking at the top Silver Age sales on Heritage. Last week, quite an interesting bunch over on Alan's channel. It isn't good news for Silver Age Marvel again. So far, let's see if it's going to change with the final five. Got that one. There we go. Oh, and it's a DC comic. So it is. Now, this is interesting, Alan, because we had on the show Challenges of the Unknown #1 a couple of weeks ago. And both
Yes.
said, we noted that it didn't say first appearance of the Challenges of the Unknown. And you said, I think they first appeared in Showcase. And here you are. You are correct. This is the first
Yes.
appearance of the Challenges of the Unknown in Showcase.
Actually, I have this book.
You have it? Okay, well,
Yeah.
you should have known then, yes.
Yeah.
This is not slabbed. It's not graded. Not.
It is graded. They grade.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Heritage will
Okay.
grade it.
Giving it a raw grade of 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
And first appearance of the Challenges of the Unknown. Can you name any of the? No, have you been away and had a look at the names of the Challenges of the Unknown?
No, I still don't know the names of the Challenge of the Unknown. So
It's unknown. They remain
they're
unknown.
unknown. They're unknown. I really should know. I haven't had a chance to read the book. But I was picking up all the Showcase first appearances at one point. That was like a thing I did. So I picked up this one.
Okay,
I actually got a good price on it when I bought it. So
yeah, I imagine you did. So this is nice looking raw copy. I would have said that's probably a reasonable estimate of
I think that's a reasonable estimate. Yeah, it looks like a fine plus.
Yeah, I agree with that. So let's see. I went to a 1980, which is great for a Challenge of Unknown book, ungraded. I think. So let's have a look at that. See what a 6.5 graded does. So 6.5 graded, the last one. So the last one sold for about that price in August last year. So that's flat. So
It's actually slightly up because you'd pay probably
you
over
would.
$100 for
Yeah.
grading and stuff.
Yeah, you've got to get it graded and everything. So yeah, it's probably up a bit.
Yeah. But that peak, how much did it have a record of?
Well, that was in COVID. Yeah, March 22 was COVID. 5,280.
Wow.
But that's just a one-off.
That's a real outlier. I mean, that's an outlier sale anyways.
I mean, before that it went for 1.5. So
yeah, this is sort of just right on
nearly
the
3 times the price of the previous sale for that.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Okay, so it's a fair price.
Yeah, I think that's doing okay. I'd say if you just drew a little line going on from there, that's probably going to be about right for that.
Yeah, and what's the census on this? I mean, imagine Showcase would have a lower census, right?
229.
Wow. And these DC keys, I just, I feel like a broken record about them, but they're just so underrated, so undervalued, like in my opinion. I've been saying that since 1990. But someday, DC.
Perhaps James Gunn will revolutionize DC with his films when they come.
I'm hoping. So yeah, very underrated. So funny that it goes for so little. But yeah, okay. So it was a good sale though. It shows that it's holding its own.
I think it's okay. Right, another horror comic. Tales.
This one I was just surprised by the price on it. I just was like,
Tales of the Unexpected. Who collects Tales? I collect Tales of the Unexpected, but nobody else does.
I mean, this is a really high grade copy, but there was another one, like another issue that had a better cover, in my opinion, that sold for about half the price.
Yeah.
And the same grade. So I was like, oh, why is this one so expensive? And
I don't know who the artist is there. It doesn't look like Ditko or Kirby.
Does it say on the slab?
Will do. Yet Mort Meskin cover. I don't know Mort Meskin.
No, me either. 1957. So
Yeah,
Tales of the Unexpected number 10.
and it runs for quite a long time. This it changes its title to Unexpected. It loses the Tales of.
Hmm.
Um, and it does run for a long time.
Yeah. And I think this might be the highest grade on the census
I'm
for
sure
this
it
book.
is. I'm sure it will be. Let's have a look. Oh, well, one's never sold at this grade before.
And what's the highest grade for census? There's only like, is that 10
That
copies
is
on the census?
that is the highest graded comic
Yeah.
by quite
Actually, it
a long
looks like
way. The next one's an 8.5. So this is an out. This is a
a
rare.
real outlier.
This is
I
why
wonder if
this
it's
is this is why this has gone so. This is why this went for more money than the other one, Alan. Is that it's the
is
highest
yeah,
graded
highest on the census.
by
Yeah.
by bleeding miles.
Yeah, so probably a really rare book in this grade. And yeah, I
Well,
mean, if you look at the prices of the ones that sold below it, like I mean, they're like a 6.0 is like $100 or something. I'm not
yeah,
sure what.
it'd be more than that now. That was 2020. I bet you that'd sell for more. Bronze Age. These horror books are going up. These well, is this Silver Age? It is just Silver Age, isn't it? But
Yeah, barely
it's on the edge. Uh, Fits only 16 copies of this,
on the census. Really rare book. Really cool. I mean, this is another DC one, so
and a record price.
yeah, very cool. Yeah, so that's when you have a book that's top of the census, that's what you get. You get like some crazy some crazy price. Because and especially when it's a low census count like this. I imagine somebody's out there trying to complete a high grade run of this would be really challenging.
Very challenging. Well, very, very challenging. Uh,
Mm.
right. Okay. Do. Are we going next? I've done that one. Done that one. Oh, there we go. Another one. Strange
I
World.
thought this was yeah. So for some reason, this Heritage Auctions had a lot of these kind of like horror monster books, and they all were in super high grade. So I just thought it was such an interesting auction.
They're probably done for
Um,
the same collector, same collection.
yeah, yeah, maybe I would guess that.
There we go.
But
This must be. I haven't looked at this, but I'm saying Kirby. Just from the, you can just tell him from the little back.
yeah, from the way the little people are. Yeah,
Yeah, Jack Kirby cover. Yeah,
yeah. So this is Strange World number one, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. So another number one.
1958. So it started all these at a similar time, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, as I said, it's peak monster. Atlas Comics. So whenever they did horror or monsters, they always used the title of the Atlas Comics brand. Um, so yeah, so
And an
yeah,
early Comic Code Authority.
hmm just
Very,
a cool book in my opinion. But
I think so. Uh,
Strange Worlds,
you could say,
2010 edition.
does it count as a flying saucer cover?
Oh yeah, totally with legs, flying saucer with legs cover.
Well, that's like H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds, of course. Right.
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
So 2,400. That sounds cheap to me.
Well, we'll see.
Oh, well, it's the only
It's
one.
a record. It's a
Two
record.
records in a row, Alan, for the horror books.
Well, these are really rare.
Yeah. How many of these are there? There's more than the last one. There's 110.
Yeah, but that's still really rare for
Yeah,
Marvel.
come on. That's how many higher. I bet there's not many higher
I mean,
grade.
the other one was a DC book. This is a Marvel book,
Well,
so
it's
you
true, but
can
it's
expect
still
more.
horror. Horror's doing well. So there's only four higher graded than that.
Actually, this is the highest sale across any grade.
It is because the 19 nothing sold above an 8.5 for 7 years.
That's huge. You know, it's a record for this comic of altogether.
Yeah, it is.
Um, so I think this is another one of these ones you just don't see, and so if you see it, people jump on it and go crazy with the price.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Um,
plus I have noticed that the horror genre is having
Is
a
hot.
is hot. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I noticed that in the golden age as well. That you know, I'm just seeing really crazy per point
Well,
prices.
what I think's happening a bit, Alan, is that people are the Bronze Age, the Golden Age horror stuff is now quite pricey. I think there's a
Mhm.
number of Golden Age horror people who've come out and saying, "Oh, well, there's some pretty good stuff in the Silver Age."
Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
That Bronze Age, well, there's not a lot in the Silver Age, to be honest, but there's, so both the silver, what there is in the Silver Age, mostly this horror, this monster stuff, and then in the Bronze Age, it's spreading across from the Golden Age horror fans.
Hmm.
Right.
So yeah,
Okay.
very cool book.
Now I cannot believe this exists in a 9.8. Look at it.
I was like, so this is another Tales to Astonish,
Yeah.
but this one I was just shocked by the grade.
And amazing. I've got this and I love this cover. Mine's about a 2.0. But I just love the cover. Just look at Hulk there. That is a proper Hulk, isn't it?
Yeah, he looks like angry. He looks
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
mean.
Less than
I,
monster, more than man. Great time.
yeah, yeah,
Great slash across the bottom. Yeah, just a fantastic cover.
yeah. And a 9.8 is just, you know that this is top of the census.
Well, it's a
Just by the
Kirby and
grade.
Everett cover, so you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So
Um,
Tales to Astonish 83 or
yeah, and
60.
such a fantastic cover. I really do like that cover. It stands out. The yellow background, great.
And this is a massive
It's just
sale too.
unbelievable that that exists in a 9.8. Right. Let's have a look. $3,000 for that. It's a record.
Yeah. Again, I don't think you see this one that often. And
How many of these are there?
a
240.
three,
Yeah.
a three and a 9.8.
There are
So
three and a 9.8. Yeah. Yeah. Which
yeah,
is amazing. But they won't come off for sale that often. Yeah.
obviously highest record price for this book across any grade.
Yeah.
I
I
mean, it just
reckon
shows you
that fair market value for a 9.6 is nonsense.
what
So
does it say?
just 300. It should be more like 700, I think that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Usually about a third
Yeah.
for between the 9.6 and 9.8.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it just shows you how strong of a value you get when you have that 9.8 top of the census book. I mean, it's just 10 times what they're saying is FMV for 9.6 is crazy. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's 8.5 here for 120. Ask. I'm very tempted by.
As I get you to buy more stuff.
I do like this cover though. I just
It
think
is no, it's a cool cover.
yeah.
I think this was an impressive sale. I was shocked by the price and by the
Well,
grade.
it just
I
goes to
mean,
show, that the reason that's got a record price is because it's top of the back.
yeah.
Well,
And you probably just don't see it very often. And
you
what was the
there's
last sale?
only three in the world.
Three in the world. And when was the last sale? I mean,
And the last sale was
2014.
in 2014, 10 years ago. So you get one
Yeah,
once every 10 years, you get a chance to buy this.
yeah. So that's why price goes crazy. Um, yeah, yeah. I thought it was a cool book. It deserved to be on the list.
Right, we've had a couple of records this week, Alan.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good week.
Go.
And this is the last book on the list, and it is probably my favorite book that's on the list.
Yes.
You know, this is the Legion of Superheroes first appearance. You got the first appearance also of Saturn Girl, Lightning Lad, or Lightning Boy, I should say, Lightning Boy and Cosmic Boy. So just a cool one. I just like the story again that they have on the cover.
Yeah, I'm
You know,
sorry,
they're all
I'm
saying
sorry.
no.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Superboy, but we cannot admit you into our superhero club. Your low score on the tests we gave you proves your powers are too ordinary.
Yeah, I was gonna take the test, but then I got discouraged. So- but
uh-uh,
isn't it?
uh-uh, zil, zil, 0 points.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's a great book. I mean, this is one of the classic comics of
Yeah,
the Silver Age. 9600.
that
So
sounds okay to me.
sounds okay. It's usually a pretty pricey book. I think it's actually more like usually around like 1500 a point, if that makes sense.
Well, it's a record, Alan.
Yeah. So this would be, yeah. So this is more than 1500 a point, I think. Is it? So yeah. No,
10,050.
actually 10,000 would be 1500 points. So around that 1500, I don't know.
Yeah,
Um
a record. That's 3 records in a row.
and this is a cool book. I mean, this is even like actually this had a COVID dip, it looks like.
It did have COVID. Oh no, that was pre-COVID, that sale.
Okay, pre-COVID. It
Uh,
just looks really good.
that was a COVID sale there at 9. But this is now,
Okay.
that's higher than the COVID price.
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, this is a book you don't see in high grade very often.
and
And
568 of them, but it is the first appearance of the Legion of Superheroes.
yeah.
It is a key. It's not a minor key. It is a major key. And it's
Mhm.
just hit new record. There you go, Alan. A DC key hitting a record.
Yeah, yeah, about time. It's a great book. I actually have this in a lower grade. Um, and yeah, I just remember the prices being so crazy. I was like, oh, am I ever going to be able to afford this book? It's like such a crazy one. I had to buy it restored. Because it's just such an expensive book. This one has also been homaged like a million times too. Like they have it like with the Legion of Super Villains, Legion of Super Pets.
Yeah,
Uh,
they do. Yeah, that
you
was
know, they've had so many, you know, homages to this cover. Just a great one.
yeah.
So yeah,
Well, there we go. Um,
that's this week's list. And some, it's cool when we have a bunch of records. You know,
no, it's
uh,
good to see some. So it looks like what you should be buying is extremely high grade, top of the range grades. Uh, monster books from the early 1960s, and major DC keys.
yeah, yeah, those have
Avoid
performed well.
Spider-Man at all costs.
Yeah, Spider-Man, not so much. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Spider-Man.
There's
Doesn't
too
get the
many
love,
of
I
them,
guess.
Alan. There's too many of them. So when the market dips, there's so many of them that
People
people
that they just
they
and
want
they sell easily. They sell easily
to.
too.
Yeah. So
So
yeah,
you probably everyone has like a couple copies. Oh, I can sell it and I can pick it up later anyways.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
Oh well. So
Okay,
thanks.
that's it for this week. We'll be back next week with more detailed analysis of the Silver Age comic market. We're still not quite sure we've got a direction on the market. It thought it was recovering a few weeks ago. Now I'm not so
Oh,
sure.
well, we had a few records, you gotta
Yeah,
say.
but the records were on specific things. They weren't on.
The general market,
Uh,
yeah.
no, they weren't. So there you go. We'll see you next week. Bye, Alan.
But